So, what is Project Bluebeam? It's one of the strangest, most unsettling conspiracy theories of the modern age. A story that claims governments, or hidden elites, are preparing a high-tech deception that will change the world forever. Depending on who you ask, it could be a staged alien invasion, a fake second coming of Christ, or a carefully engineered apocalypse designed to unite humanity under a single, global government. The idea sounds like a science fiction blockbuster, but it didn't come from Hollywood. It came from conspiracy circles in the 1990s, when fears of globalism, technological leaps, and religious tension created the perfect storm. Since then, Project Bluebeam has become a cultural touchstone, feeding internet forums, UFO debates, and modern-day paranoia. The basics. At its core, Project Bluebeam is not a proven government program. It's a conspiracy theory that has grown and evolved over the last 3 decades. The theory first hit the spotlight thanks to Serge Monast, a Canadian journalist who claimed NASA and the United Nations were preparing a 4-step plan to control humanity through trickery. According to Monast, the idea wasn't just about manipulation, it was about the end of the world as we know it. He described Bluebeam as the ultimate deception, combining religion, science, and technology into one massive hoax. For believers, Bluebeam explains everything: strange lights in the sky, technological advances, sudden government secrecy about UFOs, or even world crises. For skeptics, it's proof of how quickly paranoia can become folklore. How it's supposed to work. Monast described Bluebeam as having 4 stages, each designed to chip away at human belief systems and prepare us for submission to a one-world authority. Stage 1. Breaking down religion. The first stage, according to Monast, was about archaeology and deception. He believed scientists and governments would stage discoveries that undermined world religions. Imagine new scrolls that disprove the Bible, or artifacts that rewrite ancient history. By attacking the foundations of belief, Monast claimed, elites could make people question their deepest convictions. Some even say this stage included the rise of ancient alien theories, the idea that gods were actually extraterrestrials. While mainstream archaeology doesn't support this, conspiracy circles tied the popularity of these ideas back to the first stage of Bluebeam. Stage 2. The Sky Show. This is the most famous part of Bluebeam, a massive light show in the sky. Using satellites, holograms, and projection technology, governments would supposedly stage global spectacles. People might see UFOs hovering over cities, or giant religious figures appearing above the clouds. Monast specifically claimed that figures like Jesus, Muhammad, or Buddha would be projected in different regions, speaking in local languages, before merging into one universal Messiah. The goal? To trick humanity into accepting a single global religion. Today, this stage gets brought up anytime a strange hologram demo goes viral, or when mysterious lights are spotted above cities. From floating cities in China to rocket launches mistaken for UFOs, believers point to these moments as tests of Bluebeam technology. Stage 3. Telepathic control. The third stage is the most bizarre. Monast claimed that new technology would beam voices directly into people's heads. Using ELF waves, satellites, or hidden transmitters, the system could simulate the voice of God, making individuals believe they were receiving divine messages. This idea echoes Cold War fears about mind control, and it often gets linked to real programs like MK Ultra. Bluebeam believers argue that experiments with drugs, hypnosis, and brainwave manipulation were early steps toward this stage. Stage 4. The New World Order. Finally, once humanity was disoriented and terrified, The plan would end with a staged global crisis. Some versions describe a fake alien invasion that unites nations under a world government. Others say it would be a staged apocalypse where nations cry out for order and get it in the form of a single ruler. The endgame, according to Monast, was always the same: destroy individual religions, erase national borders, and establish a one-world order under authoritarian control. History/origins. So, where did this theory come from? Serge Monast published his claims in the mid-1990s. He was a journalist who became increasingly focused on conspiracies about globalism, NASA, and secret elites. His writings described Bluebeam in detail, outlining each stage and warning that the project was imminent. In 1996, Monast died suddenly of a heart attack at just 51 years old. His supporters immediately claimed foul play, arguing he had been silenced for exposing the plan. Whether coincidence or not, his death became part of Bluebeam lore. Since then, Bluebeam has lived on in pamphlets, websites, YouTube videos, and forum posts. It's been tied to everything from NASA launches to global pandemics. Impact/legacy. Unlike MKUltra or COINTELPRO, Bluebeam has no leaked documents or whistleblower testimony, but its impact is undeniable. Pop culture influence. The Sky Show idea has appeared in countless books, movies, and shows. From Independence Day to Spider-Man, Far From Home's hologram drones, the idea of governments faking alien invasions is everywhere. UFO disclosure. Every time the US releases new UFO footage, believers argue it's part of prepping the public for Bluebeam. Tech paranoia, advances in holograms, augmented reality, and I have breathed new life into the theory. If you can project a life-sized hologram of a rapper on stage, why not a UFO in the sky? Religious fear. Bluebeam thrives because it plays on deep religious anxieties. The idea of false prophets, deception, and end times prophecies. In conspiracy culture, Bluebeam has become a catch-all explanation. If something strange happens, Bluebeam believers argue it's just a rehearsal for the final plan. Random facts. The phrase fake alien invasion is almost always tied to Bluebeam in online forums. Some believers claim the 2012 Mayan apocalypse prediction was part of a failed Bluebeam attempt. Others tie it to HAARP, suggesting the program could beam voices into people's heads or control the weather as part of staged disasters. During COVID-19, Bluebeam resurfaced as people claimed global panic was part of the plan to reset society. In 2018, a holographic floating city in China went viral online. Believers immediately claimed it was Bluebeam testing. Conclusion. So, what is Project Bluebeam? It's a conspiracy theory that imagines governments using holograms, mind control, and staged disasters to trick humanity into surrendering to a one-world order. There's no evidence it exists, but the theory endures because it combines our oldest fears with our most futuristic possibilities. Losing faith, losing freedom, and losing control to illusions we can't fight. If you also like learning random things, subscribe. You have found your happy place. Poem, The Sky Deception. A light above, a voice within. The show begins where fears have been. A world united not by peace, but by illusions that never cease. The stars may burn, the heavens play, a trick to steal the night from day. And though the truth may hide in schemes, we chase the ghosts of others' dreams.